What is good, Mexit planners? Has the time difference in Merida, Mexico and the United States caused you more drama than usual this year? Well, you're not alone. In this video, I'm going to break down the recent changes to the daylight savings time observance in Mexico and what it means for your travel plans. Let's get it. So as you may know, the United States recently went to daylight savings time again this spring, which usually causes a small disruption to our calendars here in Merida, Mexico. Normally there's a 2-hour difference between Merida and the East Coast for about 2 weeks when this happens. However, this time, the disruption has been amplified because Mexico decided not to observe daylight savings time in 2023. In October 2022 was the last time that the time would change in Mexico. So what does this mean for travelers? Well, right now, Merida has a 1-hour difference behind Central Time Zone because they moved their clocks forward as well this spring. Merida also has a 1-hour difference behind Cancun, which is weirdly on the Eastern Time Zone, but they don't observe daylight savings time either because they're here in Mexico. Therefore, right now, Cancun is 1 hour behind Eastern Time Zone of the United States and 1 hour ahead of Merida. So this means that Merida is currently 2 hours behind the Eastern Time Zone until the fall, when Merida will be equal to the Central Time Zone, Cancun, and 1 hour behind the Eastern Time Zone. Did you get all that? I know this might sound confusing, but don't worry. Here are 2 tips to help you deal with the time difference when traveling between Merida and the United States or flying into Cancun or taking a bus to Merida. If you're flying into Merida direct, be sure to account for the 2-hour time difference from Miami or a 1-hour time difference from Dallas or Houston. I recently waited an hour and a half to pick up family members at the airport because I had the wrong dang time. I was also very happy to see them, so I wanted to make sure I was there when they arrived. Secondly, and most importantly, double check your flight times and make sure you know what local time it is if you're departing from Cancun. This is particularly important if you take an audio bus from Merida for a flight out of Cancun because you will lose an hour as you travel from Merida to Cancun. The recent changes to the daylight savings time observance in Mexico have made the time differences between Merida and the United States extremely complicated this year. I'm sure we'll get a hang of it in a few years. Please let me know if this year's time adjustment has caused you any issues in the comments below. Also, be sure to check out the new revised MexitPlans.com website. Subscribe to the newsletter and this channel to help you stay up to date on the latest content to help you with your move to Mexico. Until next time, MexitPlans Monty, I'm out!